Hi, boys and girls, it's Mrs. Tramey, and today I want to talk to you about Chromebook rules and expectations and give you a few reminders. All of the things that I'm going to say are probably things that your parents or your teachers have already talked to you about, but it's really important that I give you some reminders today to make sure that we take great care of our Chromebooks this school year. The first thing I want to remind you of is the Chromebook expectation contract. And this is something that you signed with your family at the very beginning of the school year. We are so fortunate to have these Chromebooks and to have Chromebooks for all of our students that you can use at school and at home. So this contract outlines what it means to be a digital learner and what it means to take good care of your Chromebook. That means keeping your hands clean, keeping your food away from it, making sure that it stays protected when you're taking it in your backpack. It also talks about making sure that everything you're doing on your Chromebook is things related to your schoolwork and your learning, and that we're only using our Chromebook in ways that our teacher has directed us to use it. So the first thing that I mentioned was taking good care of your Chromebook. So that means that if you have a case, you're putting it in the case when you're traveling with it. If you're carrying it somewhere, that you're holding it with two arms. When you're not using your Chromebook, that you're closing the cover so that the keys don't get dirty. You're keeping your Chromebook charged when it needs to be charged. If you're eating or drinking, you're keeping those things away from your Chromebook and being as careful as you can so that this Chromebook can last the entire school year and into next year and the year after that. You'll have this Chromebook for a long time, and many other students will also need to use it. So it's really important that we take good care of it. We don't have very many extra Chromebooks, so if something happens to your Chromebook, we'll give you a loaner Chromebook to borrow, but we don't have very many extra Chromebooks if something happens to them. It's really, really important that we're extra careful. The next thing I want to remind you of is being safe when you're on the internet. And being safe on the internet means that you're using your computer for school appropriate learning and school expectations. So if you've been assigned to watch a video on YouTube, if you've been assigned to play a specific game, complete an assignment, complete a document, add something to slides, that you're doing exactly that on your Chromebook. It is really important that we're not visiting YouTube to watch music videos or to watch other activities, that we're not playing violent or dangerous games on the internet, and that we're not searching other things that aren't related to our school assignments and our homework. It's really important that when you're on the internet, you are doing the things that your teacher has asked you to do. It's also important for you to know that everything that you're doing on your computer, whether you're on the internet or you're on a document, all of your teachers can see what you're doing. So they can monitor how many minutes you spend on different websites. They can monitor the work that you're doing. They can monitor what you're watching, and they can get alerts telling them where you've been and what you've been doing when you're on the internet. So they should be seeing that you're on your school websites and that you're doing your homework. And I also get those alerts. So just know that the reason we're doing that is so that we can make sure you're safe and you're completing the assignments that you should be completing. Additionally, your Chromebook has opportunities for Google Hangouts and for Gmail. And some of your teachers have asked you to use Gmail to send them assignments, to participate in a Hangout for a class chat or a class project. Google Hangouts and Gmail and other functions of your device, again, should be used for schoolwork and for things assigned by your teacher. If your teacher has not initiated the Google Hangout or the chat, you should not be creating chats for just you and your friends. I know that some of your families allow you privileges to use Kids Messenger or other chat features. You should be doing those things on your personal devices. So some of you have your own cell phones, you have permission to use your parents' cell phones, you have tablets, you have iPads at home. And if your parents allow you to do some chatting or to play some other games or to do some other activities, those things should be done on your personal devices, not on your school devices. So chats between students or emails to teachers that are not related to a class assignment, we shouldn't be doing those. We want to make sure that we're using our Chromebooks and our school technology for schoolwork. If you need help from a teacher, Absolutely, you should email them. If you're supposed to be turning in a project, you should email them. But we should not be sending emails to teachers or to other students saying, hi, 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 how are you? How are you? What are you doing? Or sending them funny emojis. We all know that those things are funny and they're cute. And if your parents have given you privileges to do those things, please do that on your own technology and in your own chats that your parents can monitor. And once again, please know that your teachers and Mrs. Tramey can monitor the hangouts and the chats that you're initiating. And if you're sending emails between students that don't include teachers and that are not part of a class assignment, we will ask you to stop. So with all of these things that I've talked with you about today, if teachers or Mrs. Tramey get notifications that you've been participating in something not related to your schoolwork, we will remind you of the things that we've talked about today and ask you to stop. Teachers also have the ability to shut down your Chromebook, so they can make your Chromebook stop working until they've had a chance to talk to you if they're noticing that you're on sites or doing things that you shouldn't be doing on your Chromebook. And they will likely notify your parents that they've had to shut down your Chromebook for a couple of hours or a day. There's also teachers also have the opportunity to take your Chromebook away. So they might say, for the next couple of days, you're going to have to do all of your work on paper, or you're going to have to do all of your work another way, which I know is really, really difficult with all of the virtual learning that we're doing. So please remember these important rules about using your Chromebook. And above all, please remember the reason that we have these rules and these expectations is because we want to keep you safe, and we want to make sure that you're using all of your learning time for learning and growing your brain and learning absolutely everything you can while you're at school and while you're at home. Abraham Lincoln, keep up the great work, and remember what a privilege it is to have these amazing Chromebooks.